Hello children, welcome to the class of science. Today we are going to talk on our second part of our chapter metals and non-metals. So children, let's get started with our chapter. So in this lecture we are going to study the physical properties of non-metals. In our previous lecture we have talked about the physical properties of metals. In this lecture, physical properties of non-metals as well as chemical properties of metals. Do not get confused between metals and non-metals. Both of these have very simple points to keep in the mind. Okay, so we will begin with the physical properties of non-metals. As see, non-metals are many of them are solid, many of them are liquid, and many of them are gaseous. So non-metals are found in three of the states, that is solid, liquid and gaseous. Okay, now what are the examples of solid non-metals? Examples are carbon and sulfur. These are solid non-metals, and even phosphorus. Liquid. What are liquid non-metals? Liquid non-metals are bromine, and gaseous non-metals are oxygen, hydrogen and nitrogen, etc. ठीक है? Liquid bromine, you have gaseous, you have oxygen, nitrogen and even hydrogen. Okay, ये gaseous form वाले non-metals हैं. ठीक है? So non-metals are found in all the three states. So non-metals, our second property is non-metals are how they are very soft. Metals कैसे थे? Hard थे. ये non-metals कैसे? They are very soft. Except diamond, which is the hardest natural substance. ठीक है? Now diamond, जब when we call it as diamond, it is the hardest non-metal. ये एक ही एक्सेप्शनल नॉन मेटल है जो हार्ड है, बाकी सारे नॉन मेटल्स कैसे हैं? सॉफ्ट है. नॉन मेटल्स डू नॉट हैव लस्टर, यानी नॉन मेटल्स के पास क्या है? लस्टर नहीं है. नेक्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी इज नॉन मेटल्स आर नॉट मेलिएबल. आवर नेक्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी इज मेटल्स आर नॉट डक्टाइल. देखो, दीज प्रॉपर्टीज आर एग्जैक्टली अपोजिट एज दैट ऑफ द मेटल्स. ठीक है? So they are not even good conductors of electricity. They are having low melting points. They are having low boiling points. These all are the properties of non-metals. Very easy to remember. If you can remember the properties of physical properties of metals, just reverse those properties and that properties will be called as the properties of the non-metals. ठीक है? So we will move into our next slide. You can see that images, the red color powdery substance is actually the phosphorus. ठीक है? It is actually hard and it is now converted into solid state से वो थोड़ा powder मतलब solid ही है, it has get converted into the powdery form. ठीक है? Then the carbon, charcoal आप देख रहे हैं, which is what? A carbon. Next is the sulfur. Yellow color crystals are sulfur. So all these things are non-metals. We will move to our next slide. Here is the one more example of diamond. ठीक है? Yes. Our next slide is of chemical properties of metals. After finishing up of the physical properties of both metals and non-metals, we are moving to our next point, that is chemical properties. देखिए, the name is chemical properties, means you have studied in class 6 that it is going to deal with the chemical change. ठीक है? So what is a chemical change? A substance when undergoes, so what is the chemical change? The change in which one substance reacts with the other one to give out a totally new substance which is having different chemical properties. We call this particular change as the chemical change. Now these metals, they react with acids, base, oxygen, water, and all of these we are going to study in the chemical properties. metals और non metals कैसे acid के साथ react करते हैं, base के साथ react करते हैं, then how are they reacting with. So this particular type of change is called as the chemical change. Okay, और ये सारी चीज़ें कैसे metals और non metals react करती हैं एसिड के साथ, ऑक्सीजन के साथ, वाटर के साथ, ये सब हम स्टडी करेंगे. वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी इट इन दी केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज. सो फर्स्ट वी विल सी दैट हाउ डू metals they react with the oxygen. Oxygen कैसे है? Oxygen is, formula of oxygen is O2. It is present all over the environment, but it can also be compressed into cylinders. ठीक है, माउंटेनर्स आपने देखा होगा, बहुत से माउंटेनर्स दे कैरी अ सिलेंडर ऑन बैक ऑफ देम. ठीक है, सो व्हाट हैपन्स विच हेल्प्स देम टू टेक इन दी ऑक्सीजन, है ना. तो ये होता है compressed oxygen which is stored in the cylinder. Now we are going to see here ये जो metals हैं हमारे, how are they reacting with the oxygen, है ना. तो सिंपल एग्जाम्पल है कि कोई भी चीज़ आयन की ले लो, उसको थोड़ा सा मॉइस्ट करके यू कीप इट इन दी एनवायरमेंट एक्सपोज टू दी एयर. ठीक है, व्हाट विल हैपन आफ्टर फ्यू डेज यू विल फाइंड दैट there is a brownish layer on the metal. If it is of iron, you will find that there is rust on it. So what happens, how ये metal के ऊपर rust कहाँ से आया? Actually the metal is reacting with the oxygen present in the air and it is forming a rust, which is actually a chemical change. So what happen when metals they react with oxygen, they forms metal oxides. ठीक है, उसका एग्जाम्पल आपको ध्यान में रखना है. सी लेटेस्ट एक कार्बन का एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं. कार्बन जब O2 के रिएक्ट करता है ऑक्सीजन के साथ, इट गिव्स द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड विच इज CO2. स्लाइड में आप देखेंगे बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल दिए हैं. यू कैन टेक इट फॉर योर एक्स्ट्रा नॉलेज पर्पज. इट इज नॉट एट ऑल बैड and they are simple examples. Next is example is sulfur plus oxygen, that is S is for symbol of sulfur, plus O2 is oxygen, gives you SO2, that is sulfur dioxide. ठीक है, so when metals react with oxygen they give you metal oxides. ठीक है, so let us move to our other slide which is metal oxide. जो फॉर्मेशन हुआ है metal oxide का, वो कैसा है नेचर, उसका बेसिक नेचर है, यानी it turns the red litmus blue. The substance which turns the red litmus blue we call such substance as basic substances, है ना. तो अगर आप pH पेपर का स्ट्रिप ले रहे हो, सॉरी लिटमस पेपर का स्ट्रिप ले रहे हैं, एंड इफ यू आर टेकिंग दिस मेटल ऑक्साइड विच इज फॉर्म्ड बाय द रिएक्शन ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, वो क्या होगा, कलर दिखाएगा आपको ब्लू कलर. ठीक है, सो turn red litmus to blue. Those substances which turn the red litmus to blue are called as basic substances. Non-metallic oxides are called as acidic oxides. अभी जो non-metallic oxides होते हैं, how are they? They are acidic in nature. That is, they turn the blue litmus paper to red. Okay, so the concept of acidic in nature and basic in nature. I hope so you have. So reaction with oxygen, metals with oxygen forms metal oxides. ये पहले भी स्लाइड में हमने देखा है. Let us see in very simple format. वो थोड़ा complicated था, इस स्लाइड में आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. See, when copper is heated, it combines with oxygen to form copper oxide. ये example है copper का. Copper when heated with oxygen, it forms copper oxide. Okay, when aluminium is heated, it combines with oxygen to form aluminium oxide. Okay, that is Al plus O2 gives you Al2O3, that is aluminium oxide. And this was all for our today's video. We will be meeting in our next video with the new point. For time being, children, stay home, stay safe and keep on studying.